The shoplifting mistake. It was a Friday afternoon, and the sun was shining brightly. I was working at my usual shift in a small retail store, just like any other day. You know, the kind of place where you can find just about anything, from clothes and accessories to quirky home decor. My job was to restock shelves and attend to customer inquiries. It was a pretty mundane job, but it paid the bills. I remember the afternoon started to pick up a bit, and the store was buzzing with customers. The line at the checkout was growing longer, and the atmosphere was a mix of stress and excitement. I was restocking some shelves near the front when I heard my manager, Jim, whispering to one of my coworkers, "I think that guy over there is stealing. He's been acting suspicious since he walked in." My eyes darted to the customer he was pointing at. He seemed like an average guy, dressed in a hoodie and jeans, just browsing through the shelves like everyone else. I couldn't help but feel my heart rate increase, and suddenly, the mundane afternoon had turned into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Jim, who had always been the overzealous type, started to pace back and forth while keeping a close eye on the suspected shoplifter. My coworkers and I exchanged nervous glances, not knowing what to do. Should we confront the guy or wait for him to make a move? The tension in the store was palpable, and it felt like a ticking time bomb. As I continued to observe the customer, I couldn't help but notice that he didn't appear to be doing anything wrong. He was just browsing, occasionally picking up items, examining them, and putting them back. But my manager was insistent that he was up to something, and the longer we waited, the more agitated Jim became. Finally, unable to take the suspense any longer, Jim marched over to the customer and demanded, "Sir, we have reason to believe you've been stealing from our store. I need you to come with me to the back office immediately." The customer's face turned red, and he started to stammer in disbelief, What? "I haven't stolen anything. You can check my bag and my pockets." The commotion attracted the attention of everyone in the store, and it was as if time had stopped. I could feel the weight of the situation, and I knew things were about to go downhill. The customer was visibly upset, and as his voice grew louder, so did the tension in the room. "I can't believe you would accuse me of stealing. This is outrageous. I demand to speak to your manager," the customer yelled, not realizing that the man he was yelling at was, in fact, the manager. Jim, not backing down, insisted that the customer come with him to the back office to sort this out. The customer refused and pulled out his phone, threatening to call the police. And that's when it happened. The turning point that made this ordinary Friday anything but ordinary. As the customer dialed the police, the store went silent, and I could feel the weight of the situation on my shoulders. I couldn't help but wonder if we had made a terrible mistake, and I prayed that this wouldn't cost us our jobs. The police arrived within minutes, and after listening to both sides of the story, they began to search the customer's belongings. To our surprise, they didn't find any stolen merchandise. The man was telling the truth all along. Jim's face turned beet red as he apologized profusely, and the customer stormed out of the store, clearly shaken and humiliated. That day, I learned a valuable lesson about jumping to conclusions and the importance of communication. A neural narration story.